It was 6 a.m., the kind of quiet Willow Lake morning where the water shimmered like it was hiding secrets. I was on my porch, coffee steaming, when I spotted it, a bright orange extension cord slithering through my grass, stretching from my garage to the neighbor's dock. There sat Linda's electric pontoon boat, plugged in like she owned my power. Third time this week. By 6:30, my breaker popped, the outlet smoked, and I was done playing nice. Linda lived 2 lots over, not even lakeside, but close enough to act like she ruled Willow Lake. She was the HOA's self-crowned queen megaphone, clipboard, and a voice that could shatter glass. She'd once berated a kid for a sandcastle too near the water. Her pontoon, white with gaudy purple trim, was her obsession. Last month, she decreed all HOA boats must go electric, ignoring that most folks, like me with my oar-driven rowboat, didn't care. Linda needed juice for her floating throne and decided my outlet was her free charger. First time I saw the cord, I unplugged it, thinking it was a mistake. Second time, I knocked on her door. She answered in yoga gear, smirking, "Just borrowing some power, Tom. Marina's hookup's glitchy. Green initiatives, right?" I told her to stop. She rolled her eyes. The next day, she showed up at my porch with a fake smile, holding a plate of store-bought cookies. "Tom, let's not fuss over a little cord. We're neighbors." Her charm was as thin as the plastic wrap. I nodded, unconvened said, and she left, assuming she'd won me over. Third time, I didn't knock or unplug. I poured another coffee, watched the breaker trip with a pop, and grinned as her setup sparked. I called the city inspector. "She's stealing your power?" He chuckled. "That's trespassing, not HOA nonsense. Deepening. That's when it hit me. I'm a retired systems engineer, wire hospitals, lit skyscrapers. Electricity's my game, and Linda was about to lose. She wasn't just annoying. She was tactical, finding blue lawn chairs or open garage doors to flex her HOA muscle. Her latest? Flyers boasting her pontoon as the HOA flagship, docked behind my lot. I checked her cord. No waterproof cover, pure sloppy. I swapped my outlet for a tamper-resistant surge, trap-legal, subtle. High load, like her greedy battery. It'd flip, frying anything plugged in. No explosions, just a dead circuit. Next morning, I coiled her cord by the dock like a peace offering. By 7 a.m., Linda scurried over, plugged it in, muttering, "Finally, some cooperation." By 8:15, her boat's charge light died. The cord smoked like a burnt cigar. I had cameras, timestamps, audio. At noon, she stormed my porch, red-faced, while VYing an HOA violation slip, screaming about sabotage. I watched through the peephole, grinning. That night, I showed the footage to Mike, a retired mechanic neighbor. He laughed, so hard his beer tipped. "She's burying herself," he said. I wrestled with what came next. Part of me wanted to let it live and let live. But Linda wasn't just stealing power. She was stealing control, assuming she could bully anyone. If I let her slide, she'd own more than my outlets claimed the lake. So I doubled down. Linda went harder, strutting in an HOA vest like a lakeside warlord, taping flyers to every gate. All boats must go electric. Compliance checks next month. No vote, no discussion. Half the residents didn't own boats. At the HOA town hall, her PowerPoint Willow Lake's electric future by Linda pushed solar kiosks and fines. Mid-speech, her demo solar battery sparked, the projector died, and the room stank of burnt wires. She shrieked. Someone clapped. Laughter spread. I stood. "Hey, Linda, you used my outlet 3 times without permission, fried your battery. That on record?" Her face twitched. The crowd buzzed. She fled the stage. Post-meeting, the neighborhood erupted. Mike shared his fine for a rolled-up extension cord. A mom vented about Linda's tirade over her kid's inflatable flamingo. The community Facebook group exploded with stories, screenshots, and memes. Linda's flyer blaming external sabotage only fanned the flames. She tampered with my well, not knowing it fed the HOA's marina bathroom set decades-old hookup they'd never disconnected. I turned the valve off. By morning, residents fumed. Linda filed a grievance against me for sabotaging facilities. I sent the county photos, permits, and proof of her tampering. The HOA board, led by Susan, dug into Linda's reign. Under her dock chair, they found a locked box. Fake violations, bogus fines, receipts for boat batteries bought with HOA cash. At an emergency meeting, Susan's PowerPoint exposed Linda's fraud thousands spent on her pontoon, filed as emergency safety. The vote to oust her was unanimous. Neighbors cheered, some angry at themselves for staying silent so long. Linda lashed out. At 11 p.m., my cameras caught her, crowbar in hand, HOA vest glowing, jamming a new charger into my outlet. I'd baited her, Leah VYing the socket lit like a lure. The surge trap clicked. A bang echoed. Linda flailed, splashing into the lake, clutching the ruined charger. Her scream was raw, not just rage, but despair, like her empire was drowning with her. I shouted, "You okay out there?" She limped off, soaked silent. The VY Deo went VY Ral in the neighborhood chat. I wasn't done. An old land survey revealed an unclaimed strip between my lot and the marina. I bought it quietly. Days later, I chained it off with a sign, private easement. Permission required. Linda's face crumpled when she saw it. The HOA rewrote its bylaws, banning private property access, scrapping her electric plans. Linda moved out a month later, her dead pontoon trailing her truck. Peace blanketed Willow Lake. Kids biked freely. Susan's board was dull fare. At a barbecue, neighbors toasted to no more Lindas, passing me beers like I was a quiet hero. I found her hidden locker chargers, spliced cords, a binder labeled contingency phase, her plan to siphon HOA power. We cut every wire. The sheriff closed her final complaint, laughing at the Lake VY Deo. Susan Handi me achisianeria ser certificate. I chuckled, declined the board, and kept my outlet's warning sticker, just in case. Willow Lake breathed free. My coffee tasted sweeter. Linda thought she'd steal power, but I rewired the neighborhood's future. So what's your take? Was I a hero for crushing Linda, or a schemer who played dirty? Should she have faced jail for theft, or was her lake dunk punishment enough? Could the HOA have stopped her sooner, or was her reign inevitable? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and subscribe. Let's keep this lake alive with stories. Where are you reading from? Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.